was like, this is a full day, you know, not being all day here and there, like, wow.
All right, 6 o'clock, please rise and join us for the evening. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Roll call. Gary Yaros. Here. Leah Rulo.
Here.
Chris Ravish. Here. Bonnie Holstein.
Here.
Bobby Rorschach is here. Katie Rorschach.
Here.
And Brad Duke.
Present. Well, I'd like to welcome everyone here and welcome some of the sanity back to the parents that the kids all went back to school. So, you know, Superintendent Qualcheck's job got probably more stressful. Might need a day off.
It's good. You like seeing the faces.
Okay, any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda?
Oh, on the consent agenda. I wanted to talk about the appointment of legal counsel, item C. You know, there's a couple items I wouldn't mind talking about.
You want to pull
C.
C,
Yeah.
which others?
J.
E, J,
I wanted to ask about K.
K, and
Yeah.
M. So you want to pull both and put those on a non-consent? That's what we have to do, right?
Yeah, we'll have to make a consent.
There isn't a non-consent, but
Yes.
There will be before public comments.
E, J, K. Anything else?
Move to approve the agenda.
Support.
Support. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda, pay bills total $621,832.90.
Support. Support. Any discussion? Roll call?
Chris Ravish,
Yes.
Gary Yaros.
Yes.
Leah Rulo,
Yes.
Bonnie Holstein.
Yes.
Katie Rorschach,
Yes.
Bobby Rorschach is yes. Brad Duke.
Yes. Okay, communicate. Paul.
Thank you, President Dooley. Opening day today, very smooth day one. We were happy to see our students and staff in the classrooms and hallways again. And we're excited for the learning and memories that our students will make throughout the year, especially our seniors. They started off the day with a senior sunrise. Mr. Stonebeck brought donuts for them and took pictures out on the football field as the sun rose. So a lot of cool things like that throughout the year that we do. I know we're doing a meet the kindergartners are meeting the seniors on Thursday before the football game. They both come from both sides and meet at the 50-yard line. Kind of just a cool thing, bringing it all together. So we're excited for those. Open positions. The Linwood cook was open this morning, the senior cook, but I think we may be all set with that now. That's not in here, right?
No,
I didn't hear it. That just- Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to come in. It's internal move, so we think that one's taken care of, which is great. Few parapros and then a secondary ELA teacher that will be open, that we will probably have to sub for the semester until we get our college grads in December, where we can fill it. I mean, it will remain open, and if somebody applies, we will, interview them and see if they're a good fit. But you normally, once school starts, it's pretty few around.
That cook, is she going from Central over to Linwood, or?
No, it's actually the cook that was filled in last year that actually won the Spark Spotlight for how great she did at Linwood. But it wasn't open yet when she took a parapro job at Linwood, and now that it is fully open, she's joined that. So we losing a parapro right now that we'll have to fill, but we're gaining a very, very good person in that cook job that already knows it and did a great job last year. So we're excited.
Did you gain some parapros too over the past couple of weeks?
I think so, and then the principals would. I know we're not full. We always need some, but I think we have. Yes, we have had some fill in. Yep. Free breakfast and lunch program. This is a hot topic. The state has not approved the budget yet for schools, and free breakfast and lunch program could be eliminated on October 1st when the new fiscal year starts. So it's a hot topic with superintendents talking, the ISD talking. I know the House has talked about eliminating this. The Senate has not. So it's going back and forth. The problem is we're just kind of in limbo and don't know. And I want to make sure that I did send a letter to all parents, an email explaining some of this stuff, and wanted just to make sure that they know that this could be an issue October 1st, where they could be, needing to pay again, unless you're the free and reduced lunch students, where you have your paperwork in, and then they would continue to get the free and reduced or free breakfast and lunch. And actually, all day today, the superintendents and the ISD superintendent were working on sending kind of the same letter that I sent out last week. They wanted to send it to all the ISD schools to show that we're together with that and want to make sure that our legislators kind of do their job and get that budget taken care of as soon as possible. So we know, because right now we don't know. Multi-district lawsuit. I was in a Zoom meeting last week that I was invited to. There are 2 lawsuits going on right now. One is a social media lawsuit against the big social media companies, the TikToks, the Instagram, Facebook. They listed off a bunch of them. And what that is very similar to the video game lawsuit that's going on, where schools can sign up for these lawsuits. It's getting kind of close to where it's going to be settled, and we can still sign up until that point. The problem is, and I asked the question, I said, does it look bad if we sign up for these lawsuits to get money if we, on social media, post that our esports team just did a great thing, which is kind of the 2 things that we would be. And they said that is not what this is about. They said we know social media is very important and good in some cases, and even video games are good with kids. But the problem is they have kind of uncovered the fact that these companies, they did research on how to make them addictive, which was against the law, that they should not have been doing that. The social media platforms and the video game, they had a specific couple games where the companies that made them, they wanted them to be addictive. So that's where these lawsuits come from. And they said the money may be unrestricted. We can use it however we want if we get some. And there's no risk or cost to the school districts. We can back out if we want. There's no harm to us if they win or lose either way. And it does not need board approval, but the reason I'm bringing it to you is just in case, you felt like there was a problem with this. I would like to know, and I would not sign up for it, but I have the paperwork ready to sign up for it. There was the Frank Move principal was in there, and I think a FIO superintendent. They both emailed me the next day because we've seen each other. It's like, hey, what do you think? Does this seem okay? And I said, yeah, I think this seems okay for us. So just wanted to throw that out there. It doesn't need a motion, but I wanted to bring it to your attention in case there was some concern. No risk to us by signing up. Any questions?
Anybody on that video Zoom say why they weren't signing up?
No, everybody was pretty much on board. And that was actually a national thing. There were people on from Idaho and Ohio and all over the place. So it's a pretty big lawsuit against the big companies. And the whole real point is, that it affects schools, because when kids are supposed to be doing math on their Chromebooks and they're on Facebook or Instagram, or they're playing games when they should be, that's how it's tied into the school, because this is just for schools, this lawsuit. To recoup and maybe help us all.
Kind of touching on that, the cell phone policy. I noticed it changed in other schools besides ours.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Is there anything correlated?
I think just the fact of teachers saying it's when they have their phones in the room, it's so hard to keep their attention because they're, the addictiveness to them. It's very hard, and they're always kind of one step ahead of teachers. It's under the desk, it's under the book, it's all over the place. So, yeah, many schools are going to the no phones in the classroom, and most of the time I'm hearing positive things from parents as well. They want the kids to be concentrating and doing what they're supposed to.
I just noticed today at work, a couple guys were talking about other school
Yeah.
districts doing the exact same thing, and I just,
Yeah, they are. Yep.
good.
As far as the budget goes for the breakfast lunch program, is there places that we can shuffle from to continue that? Because I know a lot of the students don't get meals probably other than their breakfast.
It's, I mean, it would be, we could, as the board, say, no, we want to continue and pay out of our fund balance. I did see, I read an article today where there was a school, I don't know how big it was, but they said for them it would cost over $600,000 to fund that program. And that depends on how many kids they have, for breakfast and lunch. So, it would be up to us if we wanted to continue. Most are saying no. Most are saying if the state can't do it, then we can't do it this way. We can't keep up with that cost.
130,000, 140,000.
Yeah, that's what it would be for us. For free breakfast and lunch.
Yep.
So it would be 130 for us. I can see that.
Just do quick math here.
Okay.
80 and 83 and 54. Lunch is $83,000 and breakfast is $54,000.
And maybe it doesn't come to that. Maybe in the next few weeks it's settled and we're all good. But
And students pay for $30,000.
and that's the extra stuff.
That's the extra stuff,
The
yes,
other
yes.
things.
The free part is
Yeah.
54 for breakfast and 83 for lunch.
So I'll keep up with that information for you guys, and maybe the next meeting or the next couple weeks before we get to that October 1st deadline, we can make some other decisions if needed. That's it. Thank you.
All right, course administrative, John?
Yep. The first through fifth grade meet and greet that we had on August 19th, we had 77% attendance with parents, which I thought was really, really good for being between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. Today we had kindergarten orientation day because we do our kindergarten a little bit different the first day, and we had 62 out of 63 families participate in that. And we were expecting 376 students today, and we had 375 show up.
That's
I mean, that's unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we don't have any kids hanging out there. And what I mean by that is they weren't there. We don't know where they're at, if they moved or anything. We are right on, right now with everybody. And I want to give a shout out to the girls in the office. My biggest fear first day of school is transportation and getting kids home. And we had 0 problems with that today. So they spent a lot of time, girls at our office at Central and Kim over in transportation spend hours and hours to make that happen. So pretty unusual that somebody just didn't go to the wrong place with the number of kids that go to different places every day. And finally, all 3 of our GSRP classrooms are full.
When's that start?
I knew it, and I tried to get a hold
Yep.
of Amy.
That
Yeah.
didn't start today though, did it?
No, not today.
Okay.
And shame on me for not knowing that. And she didn't answer me back because I knew somebody was going to.
Yeah, we're all excited for that
Yeah.
to start.
But
That's
that's really good too, that they're all full right now.
fully staffed.
Yes.
That's an incredible update.
Yeah.
Good.
Audrey? Anything?
No, just meeting all the new teachers and everything, getting all contract renewals signed. I did get in contact with our yearly auditors. That's scheduled September 10th, so that's on the calendar now. So
Are you familiar with them? Do you know them by name?
I've heard of the firm.
Okay.
I haven't worked with the firm, like they haven't done any consulting jobs ever used to audit, but I am familiar with them.
Jay, anything?
How's the internet?
Still there. Things good.
Okay, we'll move on to our moved items then. Non-consent stuff. C, the appointment of legal counsel.
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, we just talked about, we were gonna stick with Neola, and then it said that we were gonna move to this third law, and I just wondered why.
That we were going to?
We were gonna stick with Neola.
Right. In Neola, and that's our board policy. Troon also has it, and I think, hope I send you, I asked the same question to our Neola rep. I said, why would we stick? What are the things? And he sent me a list. I don't know if I shared that or not, but I can. And it said, my service, first off, there's a person behind everything. You know, when we have updates, we contact you. We have Zoom meetings coming in twice a year. Kind of that personal touch to everything because the laws are the laws. So I can send that with the whole thing. We've had a great experience with Neola.
So for our bylaws and stuff on like option C, like the last 2 years we've done the through law firm. If you flip to the next page, I think it is asking. Well, and I just copy and pasted for the last few years. So unfortunately, the through law firm for general.
Oh, that's just our regular lawyers.
But we still have Neola then.
Neola is the board policy. Troon is our lawyers when things pop up. Yes, okay.
That's exactly what I want.
No, thank you, Eddie.
No,
That's
you're
good.
fine.
Okay.
Yes, we still stay with Troon, who are education specialists with law.
Right.
That's great.
And then, I'm good with
Okay.
that.
All right, we go on to,
You want a motion on that? Then I'll
Yeah.
Yep.
To accept Truman Law Firm for general bond and labor counsel and suit for labor law and PFM for bond counsel.
Support.
yeah, motion and support. Any other discussion? Okay, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then on to, let's see, J, was it J?
Jay.
Okay, the board agenda format.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
I apologize that I pulled these down, but
Oh, you're good.
I just thought, like, you know, if I had a question on these 4 things, it might be faster if we put your communication ahead of the consent. So that, hey, we just talked about that, and then we vote on the consent, and it's done.
I have no problem with that.
Would we put in all communications above the consent?
Yeah, I think communication becomes 2,
Right,
Yeah.
just flip
Yeah.
3 for 2, 2 for
Yeah.
3, and then,
and then non
Start off-
would be 4 still.
and if you wanna brief us on anything.
Yeah, then it's before the consent and on consent. So
Right.
instead of just, and I think in the past consent maybe was just really easy things that, and now recently there have been some things that we want some more information on.
Well, and I'm new, and I don't
Yeah.
understand everything.
There, I don't see any problem with that.
What, do another one, Gary, or?
I'll make the motion to approve the, yeah, I'm gonna
Approve the
make the
agenda
motion
with
to
the
approve
changes.
the
With the,
word agenda with communication being second item.
I'll support that.
okay, motion support. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. What were your other one? Bylaws?
Oh, yeah. Again, I didn't understand what the bylaws of the board and what board we were talking about. It says re-invoke the bylaws of the board.
Is that fourth class teacher? I don't know what that means either.
Isn't that our bylaws? Our bylaws that we have to.
I should know that, but I don't either.
And it was something that we just did last
Right.
year, right?
Yeah,
I think
it's
our
just part
bylaw,
of, like,
and we're
If
going-
you're to look at the annual thing that
Yeah,
you have to do
yeah,
each
our
year, it's
bylaws
just part
and
of
our format and our stuff, our structure that we follow,
Mhm.
and there's no changes to it.
Where do we?
Yeah, you should be able to see them, have them, I mean, if we wanna
Is it in
table that,
Yeah, let's
I
get.
assume.
Is that in
yeah.
Neola?
Well,
It would be, wouldn't it?
it might be a bylaw. If it's our bylaws, then it wouldn't be in Neola.
Right.
Unless we added it, you're right, we could have added it and gave it to them. So, yeah, I have no problem with getting that to you before the next meeting, tabling it.
I just didn't understand it. It might be perfectly fine, but I thought, well, if I don't understand it, maybe somebody else doesn't need it.
Makes sense.
So we'll table that. And then on to, what's that?
So, motion to deny it.
We will put that on the table, make a motion, move that on the table.
Yeah, motion support, table that until for future. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and then the coaches that you have?
Coaches, just kind of wanted to hear about coaches. I know we struggled with the JV football team.
Yeah, and I talked to Andy about this as well, so, go ahead.
We're not 100% sure yet if we are having the JV team. We were hoping that with kids coming back to school today, that maybe a couple, because if we had 2 or 3, we would be okay. And I think that's what they were looking at, is hoping this today, tomorrow, because the game was already canceled for this week for the JV. And we would probably make the decision for the whole year by the end of this week. So if we don't have those coaches, they still would have worked for 4 weeks, and we still have to pay them a prorated if they're not coaching. So I think it still needs to be approved, and then it would be a prorated amount if their season gets canceled.
How many boys on JV?
There were 10 last week, and what coach said was that if you have 12 or 13, we would also do the 5th quarter rule, where some of the juniors can come down and play a quarter, so we would get close to 14 or 15 being able to play on a Thursday night. But this week, we were playing the same night. We were both going to play like back-to-back on Thursday, so you can't have kids playing that 5 quarters in the same night. So that's why we had to cancel it this week. So, I mean, it's not looking great. I don't know if they made any connections today with some of them that, because I heard there was another sport, that there was a boy who, for soccer.
How many boys on varsity? I'm throwing you on, I don't know these.
I think we had 25 total kids at scrimmage last week. So, that's 14 just varsity kids, and 9 more of our JV. So
Neither one is really.
neither one are big, no.
Do we know why their numbers are dropping?
Mhm. No.
I just, my question would be, and you do the coaches, I mean, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. As the numbers go down, we're probably gonna lose a coach next year, then I would think you need one less JV assistant. If the boys are, you have 3 on varsity, 3 on JV, well, if you're taking the JV, varsity boys and moving down JV, that coach can come with it.
That I don't know, we would have to talk to our athletic director, because so much of football is, you have a defensive coach, you have a special teams coach, you have an offensive coach, but I don't know, that's a good question, that, yeah.
I just know most other sports, it's based on count. A lot of them are. You have an assistant at a certain.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and I think with football, it's there's different, very different jobs. And that's why they have different coaches, but another good point that I'll check into.
Just the cost per student is high for that coach.
Yeah.
Is there a way to find out if it's financial issues that?
Yeah, I guess we could ask some of the kids. From what I heard, I know of 3 that played on varsity last year that didn't come out this year, and it was just, from what I heard, it had nothing to do with financials, just didn't want to play this year.
It switches to soccer?
No, not doing anything this year.
How many, sorry.
No, that's okay, I can try.
Do you know how many dual we have between soccer and football?
Just one.
Just fine.
No. one this year.
Oh, that's
Twins.
right.
My son's the one this year, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and sometimes there's I think there might be one cross country and soccer too. So really two, but one between the football and one between cross. Yeah, and from what I've talked to other superintendents, and this is not a Pinconning problem, you know, I mean, we know last year the St. Louis boys basketball program was totally canceled because they didn't have any boys to play basketball. There's been a couple that have been similar. It's just a weird time.
Move to approve. Fall coaches.
Support.
Or any other discussion?
Got it. Gary Yaros?
Yes.
And Paul Gaborichuk is yes. Leah Rulo?
Yes.
Chris Rich?
Yes.
Bonnie Holstein?
Yes.
And Katie Gaborichuk?
Yes.
And Brad Duke.
Yes. Okay, public comments.
I'm here. Amy Schultz, and I'm here tonight representing the Booster Club. And we would like to submit a proposal to Andy and the board to have a new club, and you call it a Junior Boosters Club. And what we would like to do is have students involved with helping out like our concession stands, hoping that we can teach them some budgeting with the income, tracking income and expenses, you know, doing inventory counts, helping with our website, our Facebook page, you know, kids are really good with that stuff, taking pictures, that sort of thing, and really bring back some more school spirit. We don't really have a lot of spirit, a lot of clubs that really do that, so encouraging them to go to games, making signs, you know, we're still kind of in the beginning stages of what we could do with that, but that's really what we're looking for, is trying to get some more student involvement to help the boosters, but also get some school spirit with it. Wouldn't be any cost to really set up, the boosters would be the ones overseeing them and, you know, supporting any financial needs that they would have. They might be able to do some fundraising here and there, but that's what we're looking to do, and that's what I want.
Don't think that's.
Well, we have to create a new club then.
Yeah.
Correct? It'd be a club?
I don't know. We would have to, because all our clubs have advisors,
That's what I mean.
you know, so we would have to work with them on that, or do they just volunteer with the booster club? And it's, yeah, we can look into whatever's best, and I mean, it sounds like a win-win.
Thank you.
Two things, varsity football has 15 on the roster. I've had it up.
Good.
And we were talking about, sports being canceled in other schools. Bullet Creek
Oh, yeah.
canceled their boys soccer program.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And they used to be a powerhouse at soccer.
Had a full team last year.
Yeah, they had a
20
big
kids.
team last year. And
Yeah.
they pulled the plug.
Very strange.
So,
There's
It's a bad trend.
five conference schools that do not have a girls golf team this year.
of 12.
Of
5 of 12.
5 of 12 don't have.
And I've heard some people say a lot of it has to deal with specializing, you know, with all the travel teams that are out there now, with kids travel basketball year round or travel baseball year round, where they're not playing multiple sports like we used to. I don't know if there's any data of that, but we do know there's a lot of travel teams for everybody now. So.
It seems like we had really good marketing, press, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it, this past year with all the students that we had with scholarships.
Yeah.
It seemed like we had quite a few.
Yeah.
So it's surprising to me that more people would want that scholarship.
Any discussion item for the boards?
How's Mr. Penberthy doing on the cross-country field? Is he back now?
Yeah.
He's been back?
Yeah.
When I went out there, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, I heard that someone also, Mr. Gorchak said that it was rough, so I haven't heard.
And then just a reminder, neighbors out there want to be good neighbors, so they'd like to be communicated. Just a reminder, last year they came and asked if we could let them know. Big events.
Yeah.
Ahead of time, so they can.
Fire department
Yeah,
said
they
they would
also
go
came.
and, they would go and,
But we're not holding an event this year, correct?
they would go and
Is
clean
that-
it.
Schedule. I think we should have at least one, because we had one event, and then we had the big
Sooner we
one.
can let the neighbors know, the better neighbors will
Yeah.
be.
Last meeting, the Booster Club was talking about the striper for the football field.
Oh, yeah.
Did we make any progress on that, or?
We were waiting to see on the grant.
We
It'll
we
take a
were.
little time.
Okay.
They're gonna try for.
Fair enough.
I think everybody thinks it's a good idea, but it's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Right, well, that or Hunter could give us a breakdown of what it's costing us
Yeah.
for having those guys go out there.
Right, return on
I mean,
investment.
I mean, I think I go twice a week, don't they? Hold?
No, it holds for a couple
Field?
weeks.
Get to the
Yeah,
field?
they don't have to do it every game.
Oh, I just think if after they mowed, if the lines were cut off. Okay,
So there's more than a few that have to do it at the same time too.
yeah. Okay, anything else? Not? Or motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Or
3 second take. Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
See ya.
And clear.
Yeah, fun.
Thanks.
Good luck, Andy.
Thank you.
Safe travel.